Okay, I think we're in the business now. Okay. Let's see, get this camera rolling. Okay, so one moment here. First of all, thank you for tuning in. And I hope this Wednesday is working out to be a really good one. See here, I'm going to check every single stream to make sure that it is functioning properly. We got Terrence in the house. Thank you for being here. Technology is being so funny today. Okay, so my name is Andrea Ferguson. I'm here to help you vibe, music, affirmations, and meditations. Who would have known it would have turned into a get ready with me, basically? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So, the thing about doing these things live, it feels like risk sometimes. You just really have to get over your perfectionism, which is something that comes for all of us. You may not think you're a perfectionist, and then just wait until you get into some kind of uncomfortable position, and we'll see. You'll see very quickly if, how perfectionism can try to take a hold. And I spent quite a lot of time talking about that yesterday, so I won't do that today. The main goal is to just spend our time together. I'm going to try this because I think there's going to be a great need for that in the future. We kind of take for granted that we have togetherness and community right at our fingertips, and sometimes it is online. It's just through streams. And I've seen the power of this, and I myself have actually done some study with me's or work with me's and those kinds of different things. But I wanted to curate the experience myself, and do be patient with me because I'm not 100% right now. I'm not feeling my best, but through the power of consistency and just believing that what Shankar told me, it's about the rhythm. It's about the rhythm. So I am choosing to overcome those things because I believe that just like you don't feel 100%, but you still show up, you still go to work, you still do your things, you're still maybe mom or dad to your kid, or sister or brother, or coworker or employer, or whatever you are to people. It's really important that you just show up and you be consistent and you give your best. And one thing that Deepak Chopra says is everyone is doing their best with their level of awareness, right? So how you show up, awareness is being present. It's being in the present moment. And how you show up, a part of that, I believe, is just consistency. And in the end, that's what's going to matter. That's what's going to keep you going is because you have made a decision. So many of our choices, so much of the outcome is determined by just making a decision. So I'm actually not the goal is not really to facilitate a whole bunch of things right now other than to give you a space. And here's the thing, I'm really, really looking forward to looking back at these streams to be like, oh my gosh, this is where I started, or really restarted, because I showed up. I did show up for, a whole year doing daily affirmations, but and they were mostly on LinkedIn. But this is a whole other beast. What I see, where I see us going, and the reason for that is we're going to need a lot of stability in the future, like really starting now. I don't know how affected you all are by politics or even just by the weather. Like last night, it got so stormy. Honestly, it was really crazy. I kept waking up in the middle of the night because it was like a boom, a thud, a crash. That's why you see some of the tiles are not even on right now. But it was getting crazy. It was like between the wind and I'm going to just take a look outside here. The wind and the storm, the rain, the sounds, the like thunder cracking in the sky. And it was supposed to be a strawberry moon or something like that. Drop me some messages if you know what I'm talking about, if you were exposed to any of that. But here in San Antonio, we had a storm, and we don't usually have those kinds of storms. I was just, oh my gosh, this is so much going on. Slept through it, and then on top of not already feeling 100%, it's just like, gosh, there's so many storms that we have in our lives, and we just make a choice. We make a choice to show up anyway, to do our best, or we can just, tuck away and hide. But the storms of life shouldn't stop you from living your life. The storms of life should not stop you from living your life. I know one day I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to feel relieved. I'm going to think, wow, so much that I've overcome. And maybe you too. I have overcome so much. Or even if it's not like a struggle or a wrestle that you feel like you're dealing with, it's just the consistency. Like I have endured for a very, very, very long time. But I want you to do more than enduring. We are created for so much more than just enduring. Yeah, we're created for thriving and living like to our fullest extent. Like appreciating our lives and the goodness therein. Like storms will not last always. You're not always going to be, you shouldn't be avoiding the catastrophes of life. Ultimately, you want to get to a place where we can just enjoy our lives. And there's so much going on right now. I mentioned the storm, but there's a lot of political turmoil. There's a lot of economic turmoil and climate and all of these things that are happening right now. I really come for your peace, but peace is really, really within, truly, deeply within. With all of my heart, I believe that peace is within. And so at some point, you have to make a decision. No, everything is not perfect. Maybe I didn't get enough rest. Maybe I'm not feeling 100%. The tiles might be falling down, or the wind and the rain are storming and raging. But I'm going to show up anyway, even if I bumble my way through it. Sometimes we feel like we're bumbling through life. Things are not perfect, but I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to be centered inside. I'm going to have that rhythm. And I'm just going to make a decision to show up for myself and for others, my community, my family, my church, my team, myself. Just make a decision and vibe. Make a decision. So we're going to have a few rounds. Actually, this stream is only meant to be 15 minutes. So there will be a proper jam this week, I promise. And I'm thinking that maybe on like Friday or Saturday, we'll have like a fun jam session. I have to be very careful though, because I must have non-copyrighted music to stay on LinkedIn, right? And to stay on YouTube and all of that. But I want to show up for you. I want to have a place for you in the morning or the afternoon or the evening for you to just come and vibe. And that's all the expectation is. You know, we put so many expectations on ourselves. Showing up for clients and everyone I mentioned, family, friends, relative. You need to have a space for you. I'm telling you, in the coming times, when there is confusion all around, when you don't know what's real and what's not because of AI taking over, you won't know. I'm going to make the commitment to you. You're not going to get an avatar version of me showing up. It'll be me. Maybe I might look a little goofy, or if you're listening to me, I might, sound a little wobbly at times, but it doesn't matter because I'm here in the flesh and I'm making a commitment and I'm doing a thing. And I'm honestly hoping you do the same thing. Don't cheat yourself out of life. Don't cheat yourself out of life. Life is not meant to be perfect. Life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be lived to its fullest. You're not supposed to struggle all the time. Not supposed to be down and out. Oh, woe is me. And just praying to God. If you could just, we'll talk about that later, why those are not really good affirmations or prayers, because they're coming from a place of lack. The universe is abundant. God is all knowing and omnipotent and omnipresent and all powerful, right? So why do you have to beg? If I could just make it through. It's hump day. People call it Wednesday, like hump day. No, stop all of that. You're meant to live in abundance. You're meant to live in full harmony with the nature, the planet, the earth, the people around you. There's one thing I love about going to Bali is this concept of Trihita Karana. And it's like this oneness, this unity, like with nature, with God, with people. And that's it. Yeah, you got taxes and bills to pay, but that's not why you're living. So hopefully this space will change. The only thing I ask for you is patience and grace. You'll be able to say you stuck with me from the beginning or the reboot, really, because like I said, I've done this before. This is like on a completely different turf because I'm just not going to care about the perfectionism. I'm not going to worry. This is a worry-free space. And my goal with my life is to actually curate a life that I don't need a vacation from. And may everyone look to me not for bragging or anything like that, but to be like, oh, that's possible. And I have this Crypto Alliance logo up here because that is how we do it. We're literally putting a lot of our efforts into living the way we want to on our terms. And it's funded by crypto. It's just a tile that fell down. This is so imperfect. But you're going to crave perfection in the future, I promise you, because that is the way, imperfection, that's the way we're trending towards everything being perfect and polished, and you are going to crave realness. And well, hello, that's me. Okay. So actually, I think it's about time to go into just idea of a few affirmations and some mantras, because I just kept going for so long. And that's good because I want to be ultra prepared for you. And I apologize. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to give you all of the vibes, but you know what? I'm going to make sure that you have an incredible experience, so much so that you can continue to come back. And you can actually go to AndreaFerguson.com and you can sign up so that you can get, and actually it's already showing, I believe. Yeah, AndreaFerguson.com, right there in the corner. AndreaFerguson.com is for regulation mantras and affirmations. And we're going to crush, okay, together. I'm going to give you these daily affirmations. And then you won't even have to worry. It's funny because as I keep trying to get away from affirmations, but you know what I realize is that because I'm like, this is not what people need. If a crash happens or something crazy happens, like a flood or a fire, this or that, like nobody has time for affirmations. But here's the truth. Affirmations are what seed your consciousness. They're what seed, I believe, your unconsciousness and your consciousness. So that means that when life gets really hard and you feel like you're having a heart attack every time Bitcoin nukes or something like that, you might not be able to recognize everything that's happening to you. But one of the things that mindfulness and affirmations and all of these things help you to do is to do that. So you might diagnose yourself and recognize, okay, this is a cortisol surge. Even if you don't understand what that means, it just means that I'm having some tension. There's adrenaline, or there's been like a stress hormone that's been emitted, released into my whole body. And that is why I feel the way that I do, right? And so now I know I need to breathe 5 breaths in and out. And in and out. And keep doing that as many times as you need to. That's regulating, right? Then you're going to integrate. You're going to be like, okay, let me log what happened here, how I felt. And then let me go back to reopening that strategy of what I was going to do. And I use digital assets, but it could be anything. It could be a phone call. It could be something completely unexpected that like makes your knees buckle or almost wipes you out. And you're going to go through these. Most likely breathing. You could even put ice on you, different things like that. We talk about that. I give it to you for free in the Telegram. Go to AndreaFerguson.com and you'll learn all about it. But even though those are the steps, and I call it the DRIP framework, diagnose, regulate, integrate, and then push forward towards a movement, at its core, it's still a practice of mindfulness. And mindfulness is like the first layer, because that's what's going to root and center you, so that when those things happen, it's almost like it just automatically clicks in, to do these things. And so there is a place for this space. There is a place for mantras and affirmations. There is a reason to anchor yourself so that you don't spin out of control. Okay? It's just that I kind of always, sometimes when I get straight to the good parts, it's like, oh, I just regulate myself right now. And it's like, really, regulation is your life, like how you live your entire life. And I've been around enough high performing people to know you can be one way in public and another way in private and not apply any mindfulness to your life whatsoever. Anyone can, pump themselves, like breathe a certain way before they walk onto the stage. But can you live a life that you don't need a vacation from? I'll tell you how to do that. It's from starting within. It's anchoring yourself every single day, waking up consciously, making a decision. I am going to live my life in peace. So let's begin, because I feel like I'm going to say some things right now. I have decided to live a life of peace. Peace rules everything around me. I'm not just surviving, I am thriving. I pay attention to the goodness around me. I enjoy nature. I enjoy the good things of life. I believe in the power of myself. My future is who I am. I remember who I am. I am giving. I am loving. I have compassion with myself. I am powerful. I am loving. I have compassion for myself. Take a moment to just think about everything that you're grateful for. As many things as you can right now. Sound of the birds. And if you don't ever hear birds, guess what? I'll give you some birds right now. Take a moment to appreciate all of the good things in your life. What are you grateful for? Who do you appreciate? How does it make you feel to have these things, or these people, or the nature? With that heart of gratitude, I want you to go into the day or continue your day knowing that you were meant to enjoy this earth. You weren't just meant to get through it. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining the stream. Tomorrow, we are definitely going to vibe. Okay. I'm not going to say anything more than that, than just show up with me, grow with me, study with me, work with me, and let's have a good time. And eventually I'll do these streams. I'll make them longer, but you're more than welcome to come in and out as you please. There is no I'm not gonna hold you captive here. I do want to just thank you and encourage you to go to andreaferguson.com. Please sign up because I want to impact your life. I want to help you know that you always have a place to go for you that's safe, that's going to make you feel good, not for just feel good sake, but to have it as a core stabilizer in your life. So when things happen unexpectedly, you will at least have that little bit of grounding to guide you through, make your life a little bit better. Okay. All right. It's been a day. It's been a morning. We'll see you later. Live mindfully. Bye bye now.